What's up YouTube land, Xeno Gaming here, and welcome back to episode number 12 of my F1 2021 My Team. And today we have the Italian Grand Prix for this one of the most historic circuits in all of the world at Monza. So this is going to be a tricky one. You can see it's going to be a wet qualifying, and we've got quite worn components, and I'm going to take some engine penalties here at Monza. It's a good place to take them, and I think we're going to take some penalties here. This should be the last time we take penalties at all this year, maybe a small part here or there. So you can see that's our component breakdown. We've got some fresh bits, but I'm just going to take 4 new components, and that should see us through to the end of the year, hopefully. So that's the plan for this race here at Monza, is to take new bits, and hopefully we're able to eke out the other bits throughout the rest of the season. So you can see our ICE is going to be, yes, one of the ones that we're going to do. At the minute I'm changing for the week and trying to put in the least worn ones, but then when I couldn't even meet the practice programs on this engine, I just put in new ones. So yeah, it's should be interesting to see how we go and with the engine penalties. But yeah, when I saw the wet qualifying as well, I pretty much knew AI are very difficult to beat in the wet, and plus I haven't played the game since, apart from the league race, since last October. So I would be very very rusty. Maybe I did one league race in November, but like honestly, during the practice sessions, I had to get used to my brake pedal again, had to get used to the steering again. I have not driven my game in that long, so it was a long layoff, it was a long break. I'm back, hopefully rejuvenated. I'm going to try and smash out as much my career episodes as possible. We're going to do weekly league races for PAFR, sorry, can't say it, the acronym right. But here's a look and a breakdown at the championship standings at the minute. I had to refresh this myself, and yeah, but we're going to get into the race.
It's time for the Italian Grand Prix once again, here at the beloved and iconic Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. With the lowest downforce and drag of any circuit in the season, expect to see drivers making the most of the slipstream effect here today. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6 mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Anthony Davidson, a lot of talented drivers out on the track today, but what will stand out for you?
Well, Crofty, my focus is 100% on the front of the grid. Like you said, we're seeing lots of strong competition across those positions, so it would be super interesting to see the fight for that front spot. Personally speaking, I'm hoping for plenty of overtakes.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Gasly, Sainz, Tsunoda and Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, Russell, Latifi, Christian Lundgaard and Charles Leclerc. They've taken a grid penalty. Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, Ocon and Jackson. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So here we go, straight into the Grand Prix, because I didn't qualify, so I'm going to be starting at the back, taking all those engine penalties, but we're going to use a different strategy. We're going to start the mediums, try and go to the soft. I feel like I do this every time here at Monza, the alternate strategy, so we'll see if that can pay off for us. So let's get into this race and get into this kind of strategy and hope it pays off for us here today. One stop, alternate strategy might be a bit slower compared to the AI in the first stint, but we'll see how we go. I didn't change the difficulty or nothing. I decided to leave it and hope that I can keep up. My pace in practice wasn't showing promising signs, but we'll see how we go for the Grand Prix itself. So, yeah, without further ado, we're going to cut now to the end of the formation lap, and we've got Ocon starting at the back with us, Leclerc as well in 18, so it's going to be a bit of a mixed up grid for some guys. So we'll see how that all unfolds throughout the course of this race. So lining up on the grid here in the final grid slot. And here we go, 5 red lights here for the Italian Grand Prix. And let's go here in Monza. And we get a good launch off the line, but we just got a boatload of wheel spin. And we just don't have the drive on the medium compound tyre compared to our on the soft. And when we come into turn 1, I knew I had to be cautious here, but the AI are so blasé into turn 1. So I go up the inside here, just drive around Mazepin. And then we're on the inside of Schumacher, we're past Mazepin, Ocon, and we get ahead of Schumacher on the exit of turn 2. That's a good move there, but now he's got my slipstream all the way down, and I'm not really close to behind George Russell, so I defend to the left here, and Schumacher's coming on the right. Can Mick Schumacher get past us here on the outside into the turn 4? I brake at the braking point, and the AI is so blasé. Then we go over a little bump, then Russell hits a bump. There's contact between me and Russell. I'm off the track. Russell went over the bump, I went over the bump first. Then the 2 Haas cars up my inside. As Schumacher, Mazepin, I leave a bit of space because Ocon's there as well, and he slides through. There's a bit more contact with Esteban Ocon, and now we're down to last. And now the 2 Haas side by side, and Mazepin's ahead. Ocon's right behind Schumacher. He pulls out of the slipstream, gets Mazepin's slipstream. I'm getting Schumacher's slipstream here. We're going to go 3 wide into the Ascari chicane. 3 wide, and we go deep on the brakes. We've got the inside line, and we take both positions. We're a bit scruffy on the exit, and Mazepin gets away. And now we've got Ocon right behind us here in our wheel tracks, and we're using all the energy here on this opening lap. And we're able to hold him off here into the final corner as Lewis Hamilton leads this Grand Prix on the opening lap. And we just hold it from Ocon 4 now, but he's going to have our slipstream all the way down to turn 1. It's a long run. We get a pretty good exit off the Parabolica, and we're going to the inside. Ocon's got our slipstream. He's coming. Here goes Ocon to the left. We're going to move over to the middle, squeeze him to the edge of the track, braking into turn 1. We out-brake him just about, and we squeeze the gap in the track there, and we maintain 20th place for now. So let's see if we can just work our way forward here. Mick Schumacher actually came into the pit lane, must have had some damage on his car, and now we've got Ocon into turn 3. And yeah, I went over the curb, and then Russell went over the curb, and then yeah, I had nowhere to go but the gravel on trap, unfortunately. But Ocon gets an unreal exit off the chicane with the AI, and then he just understeers wide into me as I try to sweep back around the outside, and he spins. So that's a little bit unfortunate there. I thought I left him enough room, but
clean passes only.
Yeah, unfortunately not. And we're now going to move all the way to lap 9, because I've just been trying to catch Mazepin, and then, you know, he's on the soft tyre. It's been a bit of a struggle on the medium tyre, but now Daniel Ricciardo's out of the Grand Prix.
Reduce your pace. It looks like there's a high amount of debris on the track. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
So I wasn't sure what to do here, and I decided to stay out and think about it.
Copy that.
And what was lucky, because the safety car came out so late, I'm not going to be stuck behind the safety car, because there it is there, the leaders aren't behind it, so we're going to be waved through, no problem. And so coming into turn 1, Mazepin pitted.
The safety car is waiting for the leader.
I decided to go around it here at turn 1, but he's done me back on the inside, and then there's a little bit of contact there. I was lucky not to be disqualified. I guess they don't disqualify you anymore if you touch it, but yeah, that was a really weird moment. But now coming in next lap, I had a thought about it on that lap round, and I decided, yeah, I will pit for hard tyres.
Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Strategy hasn't worked in our favour. You know, having to go from a medium tyre to a hard tyre, unfortunately. And we lost a lot of ground in that first stint of the Grand Prix with the incident with the guys at the back, and just not really having the pace compared to the guys on the softs ahead. So yeah, we changed it to the hard tyre, which most of the field will be on. Some guys are on mediums, actually. Yeah, as we come out of the pit lane, there goes George Russell past. Now we exit. Here comes Nikita Mazepin, and I thought he was going to get past us here, but he obviously slowed down when he saw me, and we're going to actually gain a position here through the pit stop phase on Nikita Mazepin. So that's good work. That's one less car we need to overtake at least, and we've got Ocon behind us all, so he also pitted. So yeah, now we're going to come in for a restart here on lap number 14. There'll be 14 laps to go. We're halfway through the Grand Prix. There's going to be a 14 lap dash to the end. No more pit stops here in this one. And I thought I could time the restart there off the exit of the corner, but they didn't go, the AI. And I thought they were going to go there. Then they go when I touch the brake there and get back in behind Russell. We slot in, getting plenty of slipstream. And now coming into turn 1, and we're looking for the inside line potentially. We're going to go, no, that has not worked out at all. Bloody hell. Caught out by the AI going so slow into turn 1. Russell actually gained a few positions from me bumping him and giving him a bit of momentum.
That was very risky. We could have received a penalty.
But like, that's just inexperience of not playing the game for the last few months. And then we speed into the pit lane. God, it's all, when it rains it pours. A lot of cars actually coming into the pit lane that hadn't pitted. I don't know what they're doing, or why they're pitting now. And none of them have damage. Like Lundgaard pitted, like he didn't pit before the safety car. I don't know why, but anyway, we're at least going to get rid of the hard tyre, get a medium tyre back on. But it's just a disaster. But yeah, just a lack of experience with the game, unfortunately. Not having played raced against the AI for a while, you just forget the silly things they do. As Mazepin's now out of the Grand Prix, but yeah, you just forget the silly things they do. So really a shame. Obviously the player is a lot easier to race compared to the AI.
Caution, caution.
When it comes to like first lap racing and safety car restarts and stuff. But the AI, once you know, they can just be, once you know how to deal with them, they're alright. But there's Mazepin. I was hoping for a safety car, but we don't get it.
Clear.
So we're back up in the 20th and last. Next lap round, George Russell is now retired from the Grand Prix, and he's sitting here on the left-hand side of the track, once again, hoping for maybe we could get a safety car, but we don't, and we got 13 seconds to Kimi Raikkonen on medium tyres. I thought I'd be good, but maybe be able to catch him, but I just couldn't get into the rhythm. As you can see, he's now 18 seconds ahead, Lundgaard 17 seconds, that gap stayed the same. Raikkonen's pulled 5 seconds on me, plus overtaking my teammate. Yeah, I just couldn't get into the rhythm of the Grand Prix, and this was just like a testing session for me to get used to the game, get more comfortable, and hopefully be better off for the next race at Russia. Unfortunately today, we're going to come across the line to finish in 19th, so we'll give it to Crofty, and he will break down the race results.
They made great use of the clear air today then and didn't allow anyone to exploit the slipstream behind them. What a great win here at Monza. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. A quick look at how the driver standings have changed. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
So, Valtteri Bottas wins the Grand Prix with Perez second and Hamilton third, Norris fourth. Max Verstappen only finishing in seventh. What a disaster for him. And any chance for him to win this year's world title looks like it's gone out the window. We finish in 19th, a disappointing result, and last of all the finishes. So, yeah, really disappointing race on the return, but it is what it is, and we will move on. Here are the driver standings, with Valtteri Bottas winning 2 races in a row. He's now 47 points behind Verstappen, 40 points behind Hamilton. So, I mean, it looks unlikely that anyone other than Hamilton is going to win this title at this stage. Mercedes quite clearly comfortably out in front at the minute, with Perez not being able to keep up with the top 3. So, yeah, disappointing for us. You can see Ocon actually scored a point in 10th, so we were ahead of him before the restart. So if we had driven cleanly, maybe we would have been able to score a point with all those AI cars pitting just after the safety car. It was really odd. But then again, I don't know if we would have had the pace. It would have been interesting to see. Not good for us in our rivalry with Lance Stroll. That looks like it's all but done. And we keep getting out qualified by him, so we're not getting any cash from the sponsor. So a lot of damage deductions there for Lundgaard. Not sure what happened to him.
Could you take a look at this for us, please?
Then we get a little thing for Lundgaard, and I'm actually going to decline this and go with the durability morale, because my thinking is on this one is that Lundgaard, I'm probably going to be done with him after this year, so I'd rather upset him than the team, and I think I'm going to be moving on from him and getting a new driver next year to help us. So yeah, gonna agree to that. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment your feedback down in the comment section below, what you'd like to see from me in the series, and I will see you guys for the next My Career or My Team race, which will be at the Russian Grand Prix. So until then, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.